All right, welcome back to the Big Ass Cornhole Podcast. We are now joined by Mr. Spencer Bogad. What's going on, man?
Just living life. I'm happy to be here. I've heard so much about the podcast and I'm excited to, spit some facts and some hot takes with you guys. How you guys doing?
Good,
Hey,
man.
doing well.
So, we have never met before, but our parents go back way back. I think my mom and your dad have been working together for over 30 years.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
sounds about right. Because
been a
I've
minute.
I know your last name better than I think I know my own
Yeah,
last name. It's
it's
just
crazy. I've
yeah,
known your dad since I've been little. I remember distinctly my mom bringing friends from work over. It was always Kelly McManus and Mike Bogad. We're always
that's
a
right.
staple. It's I've known your dad, so it's cool. So thank you for joining us.
Absolutely. I'm happy to. And anytime I get to talk and meet new people and talk about fun things that I know we're going to be talking about,
Hell yeah, man.
always happy.
All right, so we kick off every episode, and we're not going to change this just because it's an interview.
Yeah.
All right, Dane, do what you do best every single week. Let the folks know what we're sipping on tonight. In segment we call "What You Drinking."
What you drinking?
There we go.
All right.
All
Well,
right, so Dane, kick us off here.
I got a little Hi Ho Brewing Company out
It's
there.
this
It
was
is
actually a present.
yes,
Yeah.
it was a present to Sean, and he just left him in my fridge, so I'm gonna drink it now. But it's Kayaker's Kolsch.
Yeah.
It's a great Kolsch, man.
You like it?
Super refreshing.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. It's a good beer. I'm a big Kolsch fan. I think it's just a step above a light beer.
Yeah.
Very drinkable. And Hi Ho Brewing, man. Just shout out to them once again. They make good beers. They're out there in Cuyahoga Falls.
Yeah.
So if you're ever out in that area, just check them out. It's a cool brewery.
Dane's wife abandoned him one night, and I played wingman, and I sucked it up and went out with him. So she felt so bad that she bought me beer
Yeah.
the next day because I actually went out. Spencer, what are you drinking over there?
I'm drinking some
Ooh.
bullet. Oh, you can't see it because
Oh, you
my
pull
blur,
it.
but bullet bourbon, and out of an Austin, Texas city map. You can't
Oh,
really see
nice.
it,
Now,
but
are you? Is it the orange? Which one are you doing?
Yeah, you doing rye or you got the traditional?
oh yeah, it's the orange. I got the bottle right here.
There it
Yeah.
Yeah, we
is.
got the
All right.
orange.
We've
We got
done
the
that.
orange right
We've
here.
reviewed
So
that several times on this channel.
Yes,
It's one of our
it
favorites.
is my go-to bourbon. It's
me
always on the
too.
shelf and it's delicious, smooth. You can't go wrong.
So good.
Good bang for the buck. And
Yeah.
you said kayak. That makes me want to go out. I feel like they made that beer for the outdoorsmen, the outdoors ladies. Sounds like
Oh,
a great beer. So
Hell
for
yeah.
sure.
I'm
For
jealous.
sure. All right. So, all
And
right.
then Sean, you're still drinking
Man, Miller Lite, man.
from Miller Lite,
Dude,
the
it's
gold
97
cans.
degrees here today. I need to
Ooh,
stay hydrated,
ooh.
but they got the pretty gold cans. I just couldn't pass them up. They're just sitting there. You know what I
Beer
mean?
just tastes better
My
out of
wife
gold.
knows me. She just came home. She's like, I saw these and thought you'd like them.
Mhm.
We did get
Yeah,
married for a reason.
you are
You
correct.
do listen. They do listen out there every once in a while. So, all right. So, hey, dude, the reason we had you come on is because you've been involved with professional wiffle ball so based on my research, 12 years. Does that sound about right?
Yeah, well, it depends on how you view it. So
Okay.
I started playing wiffle ball with a high school friend. He started a league in his parents' backyard back in 2003. And the year currently is 2025. So you can tell it's a long time ago.
Yeah.
And I've been playing in that league for 16 years. I didn't start right away. So that's pretty much, and it's the oldest running wiffle ball league in the United States. Actually, it's called the Skibby Wiffle Ball League. So, like we could dive in that a little later, but the NWLA tournament, which is nationals, which is really the fast pitch where you travel to go play tournaments. You're
Yeah.
right on the money. 12 years. So it's
Okay.
been fun.
So okay, so I know just in terms of wiffle ball, there's there's two almost different sports, right? There's fast pitch, and then there's velocity limited
Do they
tournaments.
call it metered pitch? I felt like I saw
Yeah,
in a term or something.
Yeah, I would split it into 3 to 4 buckets. You have fast pitch, which
Okay.
is no limit, throw as hard as you want, but
Yeah.
that's kind of split into 2 buckets. You have
Okay.
clean ball, which is a ball you pull straight out of the box, no alterations. It's perfectly new.
Okay.
And then you have scuff ball or cut ball, which is, if you look on YouTube,
Fucking
that's where you're going to see
nasty.
a lot of those
Yeah.
nasty, crazy. They move way more.
So
And that is
players bring
probably,
their own balls then that they've already
yeah,
manipulated.
exactly. Yeah.
That's
So
so cool.
a lot of those tournaments, you bring your own ball, you're using the same ball, you pitch a ball, you
Are
go
there
get it, you
rules
pitch a
for and
ball.
regulations, I'm assuming, on the type of ball, like how hard it is, right?
Yeah. So every ball has to be a standard wiffle ball ink ball, the
Okay.
white ball that we all grew up playing with the
It's crazy.
slits
I
in the
love that.
top and
Yeah,
flat on
yeah,
the
yeah.
bottom.
Okay.
So the two sports, it's most people on the East Coast are going to be playing that cut scuff
Okay.
It's definitely the most popular version. If you research tournaments all over the country where there's a cash prize or a lot of bragging
Yeah.
rights, it's usually that. And then you have clean ball, which is what people in the Midwest are more accustomed to. That's what the NWA tournament is, which is the national tournament.
And
So
you're
there's two
and
versions
you're
there.
Missouri, right?
Yeah, St. Louis, Missouri.
Okay.
So we hail from the Show Me State, so
Okay.
we always got a rep.
Okay.
But yeah, that the fast pitch is kind of those two families, and then you have medium pitch, which is kind of like a top and bottom, anywhere from 50 to 65 miles an hour, and then below that is just kind of like slow pitch, which is just kind of like a for fun,
All right. So
kind
fast
of
pitch that you
underhand.
play in, like what's like the
Yeah.
mile per hour, or like what's an average fastball or like a pitch?
Yeah, so great question. You pitch from about 45 feet away. It can
Yeah.
vary. Some are 43, some are 46, but in that range. And I've seen radar guns pick up 103, 104 miles an hour with wiffle
What?
ball.
Damn.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. I can't ever imagine throwing anything that hard, but most people can, believe it or not, most people can throw a wiffle ball harder than they can at baseball. I always, growing up, thought it'd be the opposite, lighter weight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I guess
yeah.
it's just all
So
how you grip it and like how the ball's
totally,
traveling with the wind, I'm assuming, right? Or in the air.
totally.
I think,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, every arm angle, every position you let go, every way you hold the ball is going to affect those things. And some guys have figured out a very unique way to throw and they can kind of cut and kind of speed up after
So
they
I
throw
mean,
it.
let's not like
Yeah.
you can toot your own horn here. I've seen highlights. You had like in the playoffs like a 12 strikeout game. Like
Oh yeah, there's all sorts of stories we could tell there, but yeah, I am by no means an elite player anymore. I think you probably could have made the argument years ago that
I
I
mean,
was
listen,
up
you're
there.
past 30, man. We all know that. Just gotta watch out
Exactly.
for the young guns,
Slippery
man.
slope.
Exactly.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
I think
we're
I
all
got
one
up to
full
maybe
hamstring
like
away from hanging up the cleats.
exactly. I think I've got 2 years left, to be honest.
Okay,
I think this year and next year, I think that's probably it. I've
The
got
fact
two
that you can
kids under.
still throw baffles me
dude.
because my
Yeah,
shoulder's been a wreck since high school.
Yeah,
Like,
man.
Jesus, it's impressive.
it's basically gotten to the point where it's 2 to 3 weekends a year now that I'll play.
Okay.
It used to be an all summer thing, nonstop. But you're right. Like I had a nationals, I think back in 2017, I threw 30 innings in like a 2 day span, which just is a crazy amount. And I was not the same person for 2 years. Like I could not throw the same pitches. I could not throw the same speeds. It took 2 years to recover from that. So it's one of those things that definitely the preparation, it wears on you.
So I
And
have a
you'll see a
question.
lot of people warming up with, baseballs or
Oh, I
softballs or
believe.
weighted
Oh,
balls
for
before
sure.
they pitch.
Like it's
It's pretty
almost strength
intense.
training. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah,
Throwing a
exactly.
donut on the end of your bat.
Yeah, well, yeah,
Exactly. That's a
yeah,
good
yeah,
way to
for
put it.
sure. Yeah, because that would put a lot of strain on your arm.
Did a
For sure.
lot. A lot.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like a lot more than a baseball would.
Oh yeah, yeah. You try going full go at like throwing that like nothing.
Yeah.
It's like you
Because,
almost
like,
want some sort of resistance there to slow your arm
I
down.
think of like
Mhm.
trying to throw a golf ball. And
Yeah.
it never goes as far as you really think it's going to. You're like, oh yeah, I could throw this thing 50 yards, and
No, you
like
can't.
it goes 20, and you're like, oh, okay, no, I cannot.
Now,
Like, I feel like a wiffle ball.
yeah. And I will say, this is just my vibes. There's been no medical studies. I will say, I think the difference with throwing a baseball is you're like really focused on RPMs and as much spin as you can get on it to get your speed up.
Yeah.
Wiffle ball, with those holes in that wind and that circulation that's created, really takes a lot of
Oh, for sure.
that stress off. So you don't really hear about a whole lot of like Tommy John, that kind of stuff, the wiffle ball
That's
world, but
crazy.
you
Okay.
you more or less hear about like, yeah, I'm done. Like my arm just
Yeah.
gave out. I can't do it anymore. You're not
Yeah.
like injured,
Yeah,
but you're
yeah, I got
definitely
it.
you just lose it,
Yeah.
So
All right, so you talk about nationals, and then you're in like a standard league that's been like a
yeah.
local league. How do you guys decide who's going to nationals? Is it like the winner of that league is then representing your area? Like, how's that work?
Yeah. Another great question. So the rules for nationals is it's different than any other tournament that exists. The NWA tournament is a league to determine. It's a tournament to determine the best league in the country. Other tournaments that you'll see around the country is you can make your own team from a guy from Seattle, a guy from New York, Florida, and assemble your team and go play. This tournament, you have to play in this league, and you have to hit a certain amount of
That's kind of
minimum
sweet.
inning requirements. It is. It's the
Dude,
most
that's what
unique
every
thing.
major league ever wanted.
Yes.
Like cornhole,
Yeah.
that would be like the ACL going against the ACO versus the TCO.
Yeah, exactly.
Sure.
Like that would be 100%. Like that's what we would all
It's
want,
the
but
wet
they're
dream that we're
all
looking for.
too competitive against each other. And so it sounds like in general, the wiffle ball community, is it like we're all in this together, or is there any animosity between leagues?
Oh, tons of
Is
animosity.
there? All right.
There needs to be a reality show on it.
Oh
Everyone
fuck, I
thinks
love
that
that
they're the
shit.
best, and there's a
Yeah.
lot of shit talking going on. Pardon me,
Okay.
I don't know if I'm allowed to cuss on this
No, you're
podcast,
allowed to
but
fucking swear.
We
Okay,
are,
okay.
whatever you want.
yes, we are
Yeah.
explicit.
Yeah, so you're encouraged. What I would say is it's very unique. People definitely tried to fudge the rules by like, having this guy come in and
That's so
fly in and
cool.
play in innings. But what I'll say is there's nothing like it because it's the only tournament where it's the best league. You're determining who's the best league. Um, and the unique thing about our league, which is different than any other league in the country, is not only is it the oldest league, pretty much the way that you can play in this league is you have to be friends with somebody in the league. So it's like
Yeah.
50 guys that are all friends and it's invite only. And the team that we send to nationals, we all went to high school together. So we're just like all friends,
Hell
kind
yeah.
of like our all-star team.
Yeah, okay.
Of sorts. It's you just kind of handpick your own team, but as long as you play in the league and meet the minimum inning requirements, you can go.
Hell
And
yeah.
yeah, there's usually anywhere between 16 to 22 teams. Kind of varies year to year, just depending on location and who
Okay.
qualifies, that
But I
kind of
take it
stuff.
there's like
So
some kind of like national stat log that you guys have to like upload all this information into and stuff. Like, do you do that as like a game by game basis then?
yeah, yeah. So I encourage everyone out there, go to skibbywiffleballleague.com,
Okay.
SKIBBE Wiffle,
Games we pull up now.
WIFFLE
You share it on the
ball.com.
screen.
That's our league's website.
Okay.
It's when you go to that website, you'll feel like you're looking at like a professional website. There's stats, there's podcasts, just like you guys. There's
Hell yeah.
blogs, there's power rankings, there's career stats. You can look at my career
So what is
stats
your guys'
and
season like? Like how like when does it run from?
great question. So before we all went to college, we would play all summer long.
Okay.
Once we all went to college, it got tough because people moved away. So
Right.
really, we've taken our summer long league, and we made it a weekend, Memorial Day weekend. We play our entire season
No
from
shit.
Friday to Monday.
That's
There's
sweet.
9 teams. There's 5 guys on each team, and you play from 6:30 in the morning till 7:30 at night, every 45 minutes. Boom, 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 and it's in my buddy's parents' backyard still for
No
23
shit.
years. It's been in their backyard. It's amazing. So that's our way to stay in touch. It's very competitive.
So wait, 45 minutes, is that like is so games are timed them?
Yeah, so it's 5 inning maximum, and then
Okay.
there's a time limit as well, just to make sure the team or the games kind of keep along, make sure you get all the
Okay.
games in because we're fitting basically a full summer of games into
For sure.
3.5 days.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Now is that standard format for like the national tournament when you guys go to?
Nashville's a little bit different. There's some round robin.
Okay.
You're definitely squeezing into one weekend. You're not playing as many games though. You'll play 3 round robin games,
Okay.
and then it's double elimination. They'll
Is
seed
it
you, so you
always
could.
is it always like 5 innings though? Like each game?
Nationals is 6 innings. Man, I
Six.
always mix them all up. I believe it's 6 innings.
Okay.
The pool play games are timed to make sure that
Okay.
you get all the games in.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
after that, like there's been games that have lasted 2 hours. Like, and usually most games will last 45 minutes. But
Okay.
if you're tied after 6 innings, you just keep pitching.
Okay.
You might go 16 innings, and that's the thing about wiffle ball fast pitch is it's a very pitcher friendly game where
Oh, for
guys
sure.
throwing
That's what I was
95.
just
Good
gonna
luck.
ask you. Like, what's a good batting average like for that weekend? What would you be?
Good batting average. You guys still there?
Yeah. Are you, or sorry, are we cutting off?
Oh, sorry. His
He's
Oh, I
here.
see.
He's
Okay,
sharing
got you now.
the screen.
It varies. It just depends because like not all teams are created equal. The best teams are going to have 2 elite pitchers.
Yeah.
Maybe team 16 as a guy that you can kind of rough around. But if you hit over 200 at nationals, you're hitting really good. You're hitting really good. So it's
Oh
tough.
shit. Okay. Yeah. All right.
I mean, a lot of games might come down to like, hey, they walked 2 guys and you got to squib it to the right and you score a run.
And the
And then
strike
there's
zone,
other
just
games
for
you'll
people
win
that aren't
10.
familiar, is like basically like a giant. It's a screen for lack of
It's like a
better term.
PVC screen, like
Yeah,
That's like a giant square. That's the physical.
it's a
strike.
rectangle.
Now the
Think
ball
of
just
your
has to
lawn
come in
chair.
any contact with that, and it's a strike.
Yeah, it's a little different than baseball where it's got to cross the plate. With wiffle
Yeah.
ball, it's just got to hit that board. So
That
some
looks fucking
guys,
awesome.
you have that pitch coming at your head and it
Dude.
dives down.
dips down.
Good luck.
Here, I
And the
wanted to bring up this website real quick.
Yeah,
'Cause we need
yeah,
to
yeah.
do it justice and to just prove that we have some legitimacy here because I see this name right here.
MVP.
Under MVP.
Wow.
All right, so we
Right.
got on the sauce.
Yeah.
for this
That's
interview,
right.
right? So
That's right.
just very
Yeah.
impressive. But
What were your stats like? Can we click on this and like to go through
Yeah,
the
you can click go to statistics in the top right.
statistics.
league
I
leaders?
hope they I
Leaders.
hope they have them updated.
Let's see if it's all updated. I
So
mean, I
just
do see
keep in
that there's
mind
also a podcast for this too, so
I
maybe if
know.
there,
podcasts,
yes, we can
Dude, I
get on
love this
there.
shit. Oh man,
blogs.
this is
It's
great.
it's the real deal. The one
So
thing I'll
I
Just
say
trying
about
to load up.
this,
so
just to
I was
stress
originally
this
going
league.
through I think a wiffle ball came across my circuit like when I was on Instagram. And there's a I think it was the AWA. Like I'm assuming
Mhm.
they're at nationals too or
Yep.
the league. And they had it looks like they built it in somebody's backyard, like with a tree on the one side. Like, I'm assuming you've seen this league
Yeah,
before.
I've seen it. Yeah, we've played them. Yeah.
Okay. Are they any good?
Yeah, I mean, if you make the nationals, you're good.
Yeah,
The every wiffle ball league has a different style, so it's tough. Like this league, for example, the Skibby Wiffle Ball League, everyone's older. Like we don't do fast pitch anymore. It's a medium style league, so
yeah,
it's more a little more hitter friendly, but it's more fun too. But
for sure.
every league has their own rules, and every league has their own style and every speed. So when you go to nationals, you're taking our medium pitch league and you're throwing us into a fast pitch league. We might not be the best fast pitch league, but we're probably one of the best medium pitch leagues. So it's kind of difficult to say who's good, who's bad. I mean, nationals, there's usually 4 or 5 teams that are there every year. Um, Occasionally some surprises, but yeah, it's you're currently looking at the playoff stats, by the way. So I should have told you that. That's why
That's
some of
okay.
these
This
numbers.
is it's very
Yeah,
involved, and I love it. I mean, your
yeah,
name's
it's
at the
great.
top of a lot of these stats here. I have a feeling that this is a very home run heavy or single heavy league because I'm not seeing any doubles or triples on the
So
board.
what
That's
is
right.
so how far is the
Yeah,
fence? Is there a standard fence measurement for wiffle ball?
yeah. It's definitely league dependent. You're probably looking at anywhere from 90 to 110 feet down the lines, and
Okay.
then probably 120 or 130 feet in center. Um, the style that we play and what nationals, the NWLA tournament is, it's think of taking wiffle ball, think of playing baseball, shorter bases, shorter mound, shorter fences, but with a wiffle ball. You hit the
Okay.
ball, you run to first. You run the bases. There's walks, there's strikeouts. It's basically the same sport. So um, that's been the most simple way. But you go to different leagues around the country. MLW, Major League Wiffle Ball. They have hundreds of thousands of followers on YouTube. They travel the country and play in minor league stadiums. They have huge fans that come out and watch them. They play a totally different style of wiffle ball, but it's very similar. You're pitching to someone, they're running the bases. They want to treat it as close to baseball as possible, so that when a new person comes along, they can watch and understand what's going
For
on
sure.
versus what are all these silly rules. So to go league to league, it's probably 80% to 90% the same. A little bit of different weird things like a tree in right field.
Yeah,
You
of
never know.
course. I
There's
love
always those funky
it makes
things.
it
So
honestly though, that's what caught my eye though. And that's what kind of brings the nostalgia portion that I think wiffle ball really attaches itself to. Like we all grew
yeah,
up in the backyard playing. We've all had
Exactly.
that set, that yellow bat with the
yeah,
wiffle ball. Like we all know, like if you grew up with at all with baseball, and I'm assuming you grew up playing baseball.
oh yeah, yep.
What position do you play
I
primarily?
played second
Not a
base
boy.
growing up, and then high school I moved over to third. So
Okay.
just because of necessity, but yeah, play a
Okay.
little bit infield.
Well,
So
it
Okay.
just means you had the cannon to get it
Yeah,
over.
I was there.
that's right.
Started at third, and then moved to second. I just didn't have the arm. As I got older,
That's right.
I just couldn't throw anymore.
I grew like 8 inches my freshman year, so I became the shortest guy, and then immediately was like middle of the pack. So they moved me to third.
So are there payouts at these tournaments?
Some, yeah. There is a tournament where you'll see the best competition in the entire country called United Wiffle.
Okay.
That is usually on the East Coast. You see people flying from all over the country. There's a $10,000 prize pot. It's played at a minor league stadium.
Okay.
Very awesome. If you want to see wiffle ball at the highest level, that is where you go. It's amazing. The only difference in that tournament and NWLA is two things. That's a cut. You bring your own ball. You can throw a clean ball. You can use any ball you want as long as it's a wiffle ball. You can cut it. You can scratch it up. Do whatever you
Oh,
want.
crazy.
NWLA is clean. The other thing that's different is NWLA uses a yellow bat, which is thin.
Yeah,
It
for sure.
bends easily. It's not very strong. If you have a 100-mile-an-hour pitch coming in, you hit that. If you make contact, you got to get a new
Yeah.
bat. The bat's bent. Um, United Wiffle, they have those bigger, thicker, blue,
Yeah,
different
yeah.
colored bats that you can use. So
Okay.
you have the opportunity to make some more contact, but the ball moves a lot more. So it's kind of one of those things. But that by far is the most elite scuff ball pitchers you will see. It's amazing. They had
So
a team from
are
Japan
there any
fly in.
people are there people that do this professionally like for a living yet in wiffle ball?
There are if you include content creation, yes, there
I
are
would
Yeah,
people.
agree
for
that.
sure.
Yeah, I would include that. Yeah.
Yeah, there's no one that's like getting paid to play wiffle ball, but there's people that are getting paid because of their
Okay.
content
All
they
right.
create.
So like
So
there haven't been like any big
MLW,
sponsorship deals that a player has signed necessarily.
uh, no, I wouldn't say that. Nothing that I've heard about. There has been some, challenge like MLW. I keep bringing them up, but they've had the opportunity to go on like MLB Network, and they'll have some professional baseball players like come out and play, and like they'll match up against the best
Yeah.
players. There's a couple of leagues that have done some things, and a couple of players that have like gone out and been on sports science. Everybody remembers sports science growing
Yeah, for
up.
sure.
There was a guy that still plays today that was on sports science, and he goes to the United with Walter. So anyways,
Dude, you made the
there's
Sports Center top 10, so it's not right. Didn't you make
I
it?
did.
Dude, that
Yes,
was
you
a sick
did.
ass catch, man. The diving home run,
I did.
like
I
over the
did make
fence. Like it was fucking baller. I watched it again today. It was pretty sweet.
Yeah, we that was a cool moment. My dad, bringing up my dad again, he told me that was one of the greatest moments of his life. And I was like, you didn't even do anything. But yeah, that was really cool. Funny thing about that game is we were down like 5 or 6. That was the semifinals, the national semifinals. We were down like 5 or 6 to 2. Catch that. We come all the way back in the last inning, win, go to the finals.
Well, that's
Makes it
just
way
icing
better.
on, yeah, that's icing on the cake.
Yeah, because like if you made the
Yeah.
catch, you still lose. Like it doesn't like no one's gonna
Yeah.
Still
really
made
care.
ESPN. I mean,
But
he
you're
he
gonna be
did
that
his
guy
job.
at the bar 30 years later, but like, but I made that sweet catch though.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, like,
Exactly. Yeah. I remind people all the time, like, but have you been on Sports Center?
oh,
Come on. Come on.
obviously, yeah.
Come
Why
on.
not? I mean, you might as well use it
Yeah.
forever. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
oh
I wish
god,
they'd give like people medallions for being on the top 10 or
that
something.
would be
I know.
Give something
I
out
need a
like,
plaque or
plaque.
something.
yeah.
Yeah, cheap
I
ass.
put it on my it's on my resume. I love where I work, but it's on my resume. So
Fuck
it's
yeah,
it's a good conversation starter. So
oh, absolutely.
why not? Why
So you
not?
like tag the URL in your resume too, so they could just click and like go right to it.
I should. I'll be like, I'll show you the video if you
Yeah,
hire me.
it's right here.
So
So you're a wiffle ball MVP by night, but what's your day job?
I work for a company called Dapper Labs, and we
Okay.
make digital collectibles for the NFL and the NBA. So what I do is I do a lot of things, wear a lot of hats. But think of NFTs, but think of instead of like a cardboard, baseball card,
Yeah.
it's a video highlight that you can, buy and sell and rip from digital packs on chain. So I do a lot of work on the NFL side of things. I work with athletes, I work with the leagues, a
Sweet.
lot of coordination. But yeah, it's a lot of fun.
I was gonna say this sounds like an
That
awesome
sounds
job.
awesome.
Very cool.
Where'd
Yeah.
you go to college?
I went to Missouri State, Bear Up, Springfield, Missouri. It used to be Missouri Valley. I think we just changed to the Conference USA. So
Okay. All right.
yeah, we used to be down there in the Valley basketball school, not a football school.
Not a football. Not a football. Did you play baseball there?
No, no, absolutely not.
No. All right, fair enough.
He's already balled
Lots,
with
lots
them.
of lots of beer, and I played ultimate frisbee. That was
Did
fun.
you? All right.
Lot of intramurals. Yeah, there's another backyard game we could talk about ultimate frisbee sometime, maybe another time.
Yeah, for sure.
Hell yeah,
So do you ever think that wiffle ball will get to a point like where people can like where like players are getting paid like to play?
That's really interesting. I think that it will. I don't think there will ever be a. Well, never say never. Like because you look at lacrosse. Like I think
Yeah.
people never thought lacrosse would be where it's at, and it's thriving and growing. Same thing with cornhole. Like it's on ESPN.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's tons of sponsorships involved for the people that are high up there. Whatever,
Yeah,
whatever that.
yeah, the ones that are high up there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there are players that are I would say
Play
there's
full time and
probably 20 to 30. All right. I'll say, anywhere from 15 to 30 players that are like doing it full time. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Playing and they're basically off sponsorship money and winnings at
Right.
tournaments and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think it's interesting. It's an interesting thought. I don't know if there's enough. I don't know if there's like enough players and interest yet to really take it to the next level because I think the thing that makes a lot of those peripheral sports really interesting is there's a lot of people that are interested already that become
Yeah.
fans, and then that's where you get your viewership. When you think about wiffle ball, you go to nationals, like you'll see some fans come out, but it's not like anywhere near what it's needed. But I do think like the content creation part is really interesting because if you go look up 2 or 3 most watched accounts. They have hundreds of thousands of followers. So I think
Oh yeah.
they've done an interesting job where they will fly in players from around the country to come play in their videos because they are the best players in the country. Now, I don't think these guys are getting paid thousands of dollars to come in and play,
Yeah.
but they're getting
Yeah, free
compensated.
trip's a
Why?
free trip, you know?
Free trip. Your name is on this channel. It's got tons of followers, and maybe you grow your account. I think that's probably the more likely route where you
Yeah.
have a league that's really established that's able to build really cool content creation, which is already happening. Everyone has seen a wiffle ball video if you're a sports fan on the internet, and it's from these leagues, mainly on the East Coast. That's where it's the most popular by far. But to become a league, I don't know. There's so much drama in wiffle ball that
Oh, dude.
you're gonna
That's why
need
we
like
literally
a
have a cornhole show about like all the drama that goes
Yeah,
on.
we have a
okay.
full segment called
Dramatic
dramatic
readings.
readings.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
every week.
yeah,
So I mean, it's just so
Yeah.
it just like I like hearing that like of the possibility of like people going able to do something as cool as that to like make a living. But I mean,
Yeah.
it's just like horror. Like there are ways off, and
yeah.
it's
Yeah,
cool.
there's ways to make money for sure, but I
Oh
don't know,
yeah,
like this day and age, like you need to be paid, at least, a decent amount to make it,
yeah, no
So
shit,
Now,
no shit.
have you seen that like I've seen it on like Fox Sports, but it's like the warehouse like wiffle ball league. Have you seen
John
that
Boy,
one? Yeah,
John
John
Boy.
Boy. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what
Yeah.
I've seen that before. So like,
Funny enough,
Like
your mom and my father are they actually know his dad.
yeah,
oh, okay.
And my dad has been like, "Hey, you got to get, my son," and everybody. It's like, no, they're not sure. Yeah, I've seen that. It's cool. It's not quite wiffle ball. I think they do more like blitz
It's
ball,
blitz
which is
ball,
like
right?
a
Yeah,
yeah.
okay.
yeah, which is still, it's similar. It doesn't do the same. It moves a lot more.
It moves a crazy amount.
Yeah. I really haven't played much with it, but they've got something great going. Again, it all goes back to content creation. I
Oh
think
yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's the future more or
I
less for
completely
a lot
agree,
of
man. I
this
think that
peripheral.
I think
Okay.
our like the kind of barometer that we're like have to measure success is changing in sports.
Hmm.
Especially for like niche sports like this. We're not gonna have like we're not selling out arenas for people to come watch this, but can you get 20,000 people to watch a live stream?
Yeah.
Of an event
That, that
from the comfort of their own home, and it doesn't cost them anything. Yeah, but you're
yeah.
gonna make revenue off of ads and stuff.
Yeah.
100%. Like I think there's definitely a successful model to be had, but you have to do a good job marketing,
Yeah.
which
Totally.
costs a lot of money. You know what I mean? Eventually, you got to get enough people to be interested. And then once a league starts making money, then you're going to hear the players, well, we want payouts. It's
Hmm.
inevitable. It happens every single league. You know what I mean? It's just you need somebody from the major leagues who loves wiffle ball and is willing
Yeah.
to go in and put a bunch of money down.
Help. Yeah.
But you guys have that chance because there's got to be former pro players that find wiffle ball and be like, "Fuck yeah, this is awesome. I love it."
Yeah. Totally.
You just need to
Yeah.
find one of them.
There's a couple players. I mean, I'm a St. Louis guy. Nolan Arenado has talked endlessly about how much he loves with the ball. Hey, Nolan, reach out to us. We've tried DMing you. You won't contact us back.
I'm sure he'll listen to this
Yeah.
too.
Yeah. Yeah. In case you're a massive cornhole fan and happen to be listening,
We'll tag you in the
um,
comments.
it would take that, and like the problem is unless you want to travel around the country, which I don't think you would do that starting out, like that's costs. You really got to be like in a spot and bring people to you and really attract people to come play. Because the best players in the country, I'm telling you, like Minnesota, Michigan, elite players. New York, Pennsylvania, elite players.
You ever
Missouri,
face
I would
off?
argue.
Do you ever face off against like the Amish?
The Amish, no,
No,
have
really?
not.
Oh, I'm
Are they?
surprised they haven't found their way into it, man.
Yeah, they come through
Are
the
they wiffle ball
cornhole
players?
Oh, I
tournament
bet they'd be
sometimes.
nasty at wiffle ball. Oh
Gary.
yeah.
They do cornhole.
Oh yeah, they do.
Oh yeah.
So they're originally 5 years ago when the competitive scene started getting more popular. They used to pop up and pretend like they didn't know what this was and they heard about it and they just showed up and they want to go into the intermediate, the lower bracket, and they go and butt fuck everybody, take the money and run. So then the director started getting hip to it. So anyone that came in with like the Amish hat or had a beard, automatically you're going in the top division. Like
Just the
there's
neck
no
beard,
more.
though.
Yeah,
Just
just
the
the neck
neck
beard. I'm
beard.
sorry.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
dead
correct.
giveaway.
Yes, correct. Yes, correct. If
Yeah,
you haven't had a
our
shower
dead
in your life,
giveaway. Our
top
dead
division.
giveaway is when an 18 or a 19-year-old, like 6'4" kid that we've never seen before shows up. We know. We're like, okay,
Oh,
this
just a
is the ringer.
beast.
Yeah.
This is the
Or
ringer.
are there certain tells that like, all right, like in cornhole, there's certain things that like if people do, or they say like you kind of look at them because you've been in the community like, oh, they're kind of a douchebag. Is it the guy that like comes with like the wristband, the arm sleeve, you know what I mean? Like the whole get up, like right, like try hard.
Yes, and there's a lot of like, let's go, let's go, let's go. It's like, okay, what frat are we in?
There's
Let's
more
go. Come on.
phrases out there than
There are,
let's
right?
go,
I know.
people.
Why
All
is
right.
like no
It's
like
either
popular?
I don't know.
it's either no, it's either let's go or let's fucking go,
Oh,
depending
for
on the
sure.
situation. Those are the only two. And then I'm always like, where are we going, guys?
Yeah.
Are we going somewhere?
And
Like, where are we
sadly,
going?
like I find myself getting sucked into that too. Like I hit a
I do it.
skip in
Yeah.
for birdie, and I just it dawned on me. I'm like, I screamed, "Let's go!" After I
Let's
made that chip. No
go.
one was around to hear it. I just made a chip, and I'm like, "Let's
So
go!" I'm like,
let's go like to the next hole, or like let's go back to the dugout.
"Yeah,
I mean,
like
like
hey,
it's
let's
like we're just
yeah."
not finishing
If
this.
I've got a question, if a 36-year-old man yells "Let's go" and there's no one around to hear it, did it actually happen? You know,
Because I
so
Depending on what he's wearing, we'll give him that. Man, if he's a douchebag, for sure. Like, I've heard that
I was
stuff.
wearing
yeah,
a striped
yeah.
polo.
You can see those guys, and everyone. I mean, here's the thing: just like anything else, like when you're around these people, everyone's nice. Like, hey, how you doing? Oh, it's been a year. Yeah, nice seeing you. And then like when you go back to your team, you're like, oh my god, I can't stand this guy or this team. Like, oh, let's
Caddy as
just
fuck.
shove it. You know?
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, it's just annoying. And everyone, if any wiffle people listen to me, they know who they are. You guys know who you are. You know, we'll make sure to push this out.
Yeah, and if you have to
But
question it when you hear it, you're one of them.
I feel like
All right.
there's an
is he talking
opportunity
about me?
for a collaboration between cornhole and wiffle ball, like with
Absolutely,
tournaments, because like
absolutely.
you could run tournaments
Yes.
together almost, like or run one and then another one. Like I feel like there's an opportunity to put like a wiffle ball team together, and then you basically go into basically a seeding into a cornhole tournament
Hmm.
like
Yeah.
that. There's definitely there's something
A
there.
million ways to skin a cat, Sean.
Okay,
All right.
and you're in a very big area for cornhole, like in like down in Can
Oh
like
yeah,
St. Louis is very big. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, recreationally, absolutely. Anytime you have family over,
Oh, of
hey,
course.
who's got bag? Who's got bags? Who's got cornhole? By the way, bags or cornhole or
It's
both?
it's
What do you?
cornhole for us, but like we understand that there's certain
It's
areas
also
that call
bag.
Okay,
but yeah,
We
Mike
understand
I'm not
Bogad
a
calls it
stickler.
bags.
I know he
He
does. It's all
calls it
good.
Yeah.
bags. So
Some people are a little
I
afraid of
call
the word cornhole
Yeah, I know.
because, the implication, but
of corn,
yes, it's
corn in
just
a
it's
hole.
just corn.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
guess like I just what it doesn't bother me that
Okay.
much.
But
But
we're in the state where
Anyway,
it originated, so, I feel like we're allowed to
oh,
call
is that
it cornhole.
okay?
I mean, there's,
I did not know
up
that.
for hot debate there, but Ohio created it.
are there like any crazy like like terms in wiffle ball like for pitches or anything like that that's kind of crazy that
It's a lot of baseball
okay,
terminology.
that's what I figured.
If you'll ask like, hey, what pitches does he have? Oh, he's got a riser, he's got a cutter. Because like it's different with ball. Like pitch will come down your ankles and then pop up. Risers are tough.
What's the
Oh, does
hardest
he got
pitch
a?
to hit?
If a guy's throwing mid 90s, I would say a slider slash slurve is the hardest
Oh
hit because
fuck
it's
yeah.
coming in. It's coming in literally. It's coming in at you. You have to either. Here's the thing.
You have the dead
You
pull or just go with it?
you play long enough and you play the same people long enough, you know exactly what pitches they have. And you can almost like the guys that are really good, they have two or three pitches they can throw for a strike really fast. Most pitchers have one pitch where they're like, I know I can throw this for a strike.
Okay.
Okay. And if you face someone like that, you can basically stand wherever you want. Like if they have a slurve that they know they can throw for a strike, step off the plate, scoot back,
Now if it hits you, it's a
wait,
ball,
wait
I'm
for it.
assuming.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hits you, it's a ball. If you pay someone that's got two pitches, okay, they got the slurve and they got the riser. You step off the plate to hit the slurve, or they're just going to throw the riser you can't touch. So that's when it gets really tough. A lot of it is guessing, to be honest. It's coming in so incredibly fast. It's a lot of it's guessing. Like I know this pitcher, I know exactly what he does in the situation. It's pretty insane. It's a lot of like
Dude,
just
I didn't
scouting.
realize the ball's coming that fast, and you're at 45 feet.
Yeah. I mean,
Forty
they're
five
not
feet.
coming in that
Yeah,
fast.
Damn, man.
yeah. The reaction time is less than a pitcher throwing a baseball
Oh, for
100,
sure.
100 miles an hour. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's insane. And there's guys out there way better than me that are elite. Like they'll hit over 300, which is amazing, and they'll hit home runs. Like it's pretty wild. Like
It's crazy.
my goal every time I hit is to put it in play. Like put it in play, see what happens. And sometimes you get
Yeah.
lucky and hit over the fence. So
Hell yeah.
I would imagine defense is like somewhat challenging. Now, can you throw the ball at the player to get them
yeah,
out?
yeah. So you
Okay.
can peg them, and
Okay.
if they get pegged, they're out.
Okay.
Most leagues have what's called you can call it a lot of things, but you can call it like there's a pitcher circle.
Okay.
where that kind of acts as first base for the batter. So if you hit a ball, there's two fielders and a pitcher. There's three fielders total. You
Okay.
hit a ball to the guy playing third base, shortstop, whatever. He can throw it to the pitcher, and that's first base because it's
Gotcha.
impossible to field it,
Cover.
throw
Yeah,
it to first, get somebody out. You're never going to get anybody out.
I gotcha.
So we call it pitcher's poison in our league. You can call it whatever you want, but essentially that's first base. So the way that our team's built is we don't have the best pitcher. We hit really well and we play amazing defense. No errors, like we make every play, and like we can just kind of hang around. So our guys have played
You're just
together
the
so
annoying,
long.
gritty
Like,
team. You know what I mean?
We're the old guys that have been playing so long.
You guys
that
are the
know
guys like at rec
exactly.
basketball that show up and you're
Yeah.
like, who's this guy with the shorts a little bit too long? But he just dribbles awkwardly, but drains threes in your face.
Shooting
That's the way to do it.
Shot over the head, just like you can't defend it, and it just swishes every time. You're like, God damn you!
We strike out the least. We don't have like the best hitter. We don't have the best pitcher, but we have, like, I would say collectively as a team, we're very, very talented in that, like kind of across the board. Like we're above average in everything where we can make it work, So it's kind of like you said, it's like the old man softball team. We're like, oh, we're going to kill these guys. And then, we come in and win 1-0, just kind of dink it around,
You guys are like the Indiana Pacers of,
exactly. Except we don't tear our Achilles.
Oh God.
Yeah. We make sure.
So actually, I brought this up to Sean earlier. Three players tore their Achilles during these playoffs.
I saw it.
They were all wearing number 0.
Yeah.
Which
Tatum,
is
Lillard.
And then we brought up the discussion, like, did Gilbert Arenas tear his Achilles? I believe that's what actually ended his career.
Oh no.
I'm pretty sure he did. I could be wrong.
What happened?
We did not check that.
No, I think he tried to come back, but it was never the same. But like, yeah, so I mean, maybe there's something behind wearing 0 in the Achilles. I don't know.
Yeah. Good. I mean,
man, if I tear my Achilles, just bury me. That just sounds terrible.
Just cut the leg off and give me a.
I might start playing cornhole. If I tear my Achilles, I might be a cornhole guy.
There you go,
dude. You never know.
Welcome.
All right, so we end every episode with a draft, right? And I'm pretty excited for this draft.
Hell yeah.
All right, so we're gonna pause, right? And we'll give you a chance if you want to look up a list or whatever real quick. So we'll give you 5 minutes kind of thing. So yeah, the draft this week is gonna be best sports mascots.
Love it.
All right, we'll pause. Boom. And just like that, we're back.
Wow.
We did the fastest
research
ever. All right, so we're kicking off this draft. We are doing the greatest sports mascots. All right, so not logos, we're doing mascots. The order is Dane, myself, then Spencer. Dane took down the greatest rock band, like just squeaked it out with 2 votes over me. I was actually pleasantly surprised in my list.
Yeah.
I looked back on it and I think you're right. Like I played to the Grateful Dead crowd and they came out strong.
Yeah, they came out.
Appreciate all you guys, but I just fell a little bit short. But
we need some kind of representation.
I needed a little boost, but that's fine. All right. So Dane, I'm interested. You took the number 1 pick, and I'm actually kind of surprised. I thought for sure mascots would have been one you wanted to be at the tail end.
Yeah, but
I didn't think there was one in your heart that you're like you had to have.
Yeah, I actually did. I had one that like I don't know why for some reason this one has always stuck out to me because I just always thought it was so weird. But I'm going Otto the Orange from Syracuse.
I actually have him written down.
Yeah, I mean, like,
not
all right, because we all know he's
iconic. Did you
iconic.
your list too? Dude, he was on my
Okay.
All right, this is gonna be
so.
tough.
All right, so
we're all thinking
we know our things. So yeah, I mean, Otto the Orange. I just always remembered seeing him on the sidelines, even though Syracuse was never really relevant in like football or anything. But as soon as you see him, you know that's Syracuse's mascot for some reason. Why is it an orange?
Yeah,
who knows?
I'm not arguing with you, man.
But Otto the Orange, first off the board. Sean, you're
Damn
up.
It.
Okay, I don't want to make this too homerish, right? Because like so. But I'm gonna get my homer pick just out of the way now.
Okay.
Brutus Buckeye is just still like an iconic college mascot. You see him. You can like we win stuff over here. You're going like you Longhorn. Is that what that is? I'm sorry. It's like the Little Sisters of Poor. Fine. Like it's fine. You guys can have Arch Manning and ruin him too, and then he'll go to the NFL and then finally do something with his career. But it's fine. You guys keep trying over there. It's gonna be fun. It's fine. Well, how are you a Texas fan?
Well, we could talk about it later. I don't want to.
I mean, how confused are you? Jesus Christ! Like, all right. Anyway,
it's a long story.
All right, so I'm going Brutus Buckeye. I know it's a little bit of a homer pick, but I do think he's in a well-known.
He's
like,
iconic.
You tell him, you know what school he's from. Or you know what I mean?
Sure.
Like, so it's a big name. So, anyways, Spencer, who you got back-to-back pick here?
Okay, Sean. First of all, I recognize you have to go local and celebrate the people that have made you who you are. But that is an awful pick. Like he's just a guy. Like he's not even special. Out of the orange stands out. Like he
100%.
is
Like I said, I wanted one homer pick. I wanted one.
very disappointed in you.
All right.
I'm gonna go with a guy that, every good team needs a guy that kind of stands out and is able to rally and just kind of bring the energy and go viral on the internet. Let's talk about, it's not the most popular sport in the world, but everyone knows who Gritty is for the Philadelphia Flyers. I got to go with Gritty with my number
Okay,
one
so here's
pick.
my thing is if you really need that much time to build it up, it's not that great of a pick. But it really is beautiful. I mean, you painted a beautiful picture, but like you can't
Listen,
search it up. All right, let's
listen, Sean. Hey, I'm going week one, Longhorns, Ohio State. So maybe I'll see you up there.
oh,
Um,
oh,
Gritty is a guy that like he kind of made a name for himself.
he
He
did.
just kind of came out of nowhere. They introduced him, and the entire internet thought it was a joke.
Well, and no one
Um,
because nobody is still no like he's nobody knows what it is, right?
yeah, it's just a
Right. It's I
Gritty,
kind of
you
which
know.
is kind of cool. Like I do agree.
Yeah. So if you're listening right now and you're going to go vote, let's really think about, you know, uh, the Ohio State Buckeye like guy that just walks around and he's just
All right.
kind of like a
Just for the
guy, or
record, he's not
Gritty.
just a guy. He does have I mean, his head is a Buckeye.
This is Buckeyes.
Yeah.
It's like that's
Yeah,
where
I
the
know. I
namesake
know.
comes in.
I
Yeah.
know. I'm not
He's
not trying to offend
he's walking
anybody,
around with
but
the national
Gritty
championship crown too. It's weird.
Gritty might be the most well-known
When was the
mascot
last
in
time
all
Texas won anything? It's been a long time,
North
right?
America.
Wow.
North
Okay.
America.
All
So,
right, fair enough.
anyways,
Fair enough.
okay, that's my first pick. My second pick, I'm going more athleticism here. Everyone
Oh,
has their own reasons. This guy's not as well known, but he's on the cusp. If you're listening right now, go look up his YouTube videos. I'm going with the Suns Gorilla.
yeah. So
Yeah.
I,
That
he's
guy
on my
at
list too. Very
halftime,
well. Yes.
that guy at
Yep.
halftime will do backflip dunks,
For sure.
front flip dunks, very athletic. Kind of reminds me of the Penn State Lion athleticism
Correct.
family tree.
Yeah.
But I'm going Suns Gorilla. So
Okay.
those are my first two picks.
Okay. You say athleticism and you go Suns Gorilla over the Penn State line. That was interesting. I'm because I mean that's the
Yeah,
first one I thought of. Gorilla's a great pick. I'm not saying
Yeah.
anything wrong. It's a solid pick. It was on my list, so I'll give credit where it's credit's due. I'm gonna go complete opposite, right? I
Okay.
went Homer pick, Brutus Buckeye. He's sitting there pumping out, push-ups after every touchdown. The guy's just jacked by the end of the season, right? Ohio State scores a lot of points. Texas still trying to figure it out. But hey, this new season coming up, maybe they'll be good. I'm going completely different. I'm going with iconic, something that you look at it and you're like, what the fuck is it? Like, what are we looking at? The Stanford tree is just
Ah,
such an iconic fucking
Yeah.
logo and mascot. It's just like you look at every time, you're like, oh, they are the trees, but like you haven't changed it yet. You know what I mean? Like,
Stanford Tree.
yeah, Stanford tree. So that's my second one.
he was on my list.
All right, there
If
we
it's a
go. There we go.
he or she, I don't know.
I gotta look up some more. So
Prefers
I know.
hey.
Yeah, me
Totally
too.
now.
Yeah, pronouns are they for the tree.
All right.
Trying to stay woke on this podcast, right? Say them, please. So I'm
Start
actually
rollerblading over here.
I'm gonna roll in and play off of Spencer's poor pick with the Suns Gorilla because I'm gonna go with the original NBA mascot that started doing crazy shit. And I'm going with Benny the Bull from the Bulls.
Mm.
That's true.
He's
Yeah.
been doing it since the 90s, so I'm gonna throw him in. Not quite to the Gorillas level, but I feel like he was kind of a pioneer in that avenue. So I'm gonna go with Benny the Bull.
The Suns Gorilla benefited from being a little bit newer, like right at the dawn of the internet.
Yes.
Bulls was like he just got the benefit of like Michael
Yep.
Jordan happened to be on TV every fucking night, so
Yeah.
we'll just we'll show the halftime stuff every once in a while.
You're-
And unfortunately,
Great point.
the one that I really want to take, she's actually not a mascot, but the Red Panda. I mean, if you're ever at a playoff game and Red Panda's there, then
Dude,
you know they're
back
putting out
to
the
back
money.
weeks, by the way.
Dude.
The Red Panda's gotten shot
Oh,
on the show.
she's
It's
phenomenal. I think it's
crazy.
actually 3 out of the last 4 weeks, but
Pretty crazy.
anyways, following it up, just iconic. He doesn't actually have a name, but I'm just going with the Leprechaun from Notre Dame.
Ooh, I knew I should have taken it. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it, but I
It's
got
kind of a lame
selfish.
one. It's
No,
kind of
it's
lame.
like it's iconic
It's
though.
kinda
You would
lame.
know it. Yeah, it's
It's
iconic.
iconic, but are we doing most iconic or just like the best?
That's
I
true.
mean, to
All right, that's
me,
true.
I'm a big
All right,
Notre Dame fan, so he's
all right, I'm
definitely
changing
one of my
mind now.
best.
All right,
Okay, well then you got to respect it.
Yeah.
Gotta
this
respect
is pure vintage, like 90s mishmash colors into a time where basketball was fucking fun and you had Shaq on the fucking team. You got Stuff the Magic Dragon from the
it.
Orlando
Ooh,
Magic. It's
ooh.
that trippy looking dragon.
Mhm.
That's a good
There's
one.
that's a good one. There's no offense, but like if you're a man just painting your face or whatever as a leprechaun, it's kind of weird. But just saying that.
No, for the record,
You,
leprechauns don't have to paint their face. They're just normal people.
Yeah.
They wear the outfit. And
no.
he can do more push-ups than any of us. So
Oh, more than Brutus. Okay. All right.
yes.
All right.
Yes, he can.
All
He
right.
doesn't ever have to, but he can.
Fun fact before I say my next two, there is a high school in Missouri, and their mascot is the Koopies, and it's a baby. So,
Oh,
you know, that's a very weird one, but we're not doing a high school draft, although I guess we could.
You
My
could.
next pick is going to be the presidents of the Washington Nationals that do their race. We're celebrating some of the greatest humans in United States history that have formed our futures, greatest or not greatest, depending
Yeah,
on
let's
what's that
belittle
matter.
them by turning them into giant foam
So
mascots and running
let's
around in a race.
didn't one of them get
but
assaulted by a bat?
I believe.
no, that was a sausage
Oh,
It
that
in
was
was
a
a
Milwaukee.
sausage.
sausage. You're
Yeah.
right. You're right.
Yeah, that was
Was the
who's the
Brewers?
third base? Aramis Ramirez
Yeah.
did that. I'll
Okay.
never forget that one. So
Yeah.
I'm going with the presidents as my third pick.
Okay.
You got to have good leadership. You got to have guys that come in and are noticeable and recognizable. They give us that pillar that we need. And I'd be remiss with my next pick, and I don't care what you guys say, but there is not a better college football mascot than Bevo. It's a live Longhorn. Come on, are you serious?
How
We're
do you
not
spell that?
dressing up as we're not
Loser.
Bevo. We're not dressing up as fictional, Lucky Charms guys or a guy with an oversized head doing push-ups. We have a full-on mascot that eats, breathes, and lives full time. He doesn't take the costume
So
off.
he's
He's
going all the way
always
from
Bevo.
Gritty to Bevo. I
Yeah.
mean, that's just
He's
like this.
he's Bevo all the time. Okay,
Just the
so
fact that I
the
had to
most
ask how to spell it
recognizable.
should tell you
Bevo's going to be
everything.
some beef eventually, right?
Yeah, and I
Like,
put him. I marked him down as Bevo, the weird bull for the Longhorns.
Yeah.
He's better than Benny.
Sean, next losing pick.
All right. So it's kind of a little known one. I don't know if it's as well known, but are you familiar with the Dartmouth College,
Oh yeah,
the Keggy the Keg,
Keggy the Keg.
Keggy the Keg,
Keggy the
so
Keg. Love it.
love it. It's a walking keg that the student body just created, and they just keep rolling with it year after year. So I just kind of love the story behind it.
Nothing wrong with that. Oh man. All right. So I got back-to-backs coming to me.
You do.
It's tough. It is tough, but I mean, as much as I hate to do it, I gotta go with the Philly Fanatic here.
Oh,
I don't want to, but
gross.
he really is. I mean, been around for a minute, and I mean, with the crowd of listeners that we have, he was very popular in those early 2000s ranges and stuff. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm just gonna go with the Philly Fanatic. And then to round it off, um, I mean, I want to go Homer pick here, with my personal favorite mascot. I don't think many people even know what he is. So I'm not going to do that. I'm going to pander
Uh-oh.
to the fans, and I'm going to go
Uh-oh.
with
Weak.
I'm going to go with somebody that's also known in the, we'll say, like the clip era,
Oh, please don't
and
take
he's
my
been
pick.
killing it.
Please don't take my pick.
They always do this mascots versus little kid football game, and I'm gonna go with
left feet.
I'm gonna go with Blue from the Colts because that dude just
Oh,
kids all the time, and they're
that's a good
hilarious
one.
to watch.
There was no
That's a
chance
good one.
anyone was ever going to pick Blue. I had him written down, but I'm like, I can just leave him for my last pick. Don't even need to think about anything.
Sucks
Wow.
to be sandwiched. All right, so that rounded me off. Sean, sorry to take your last pick.
That was a great pick. I got to tip my cap. That's a good pick. Good
Oh,
pick.
all right. I'm running through my list
I mean,
here.
Sean, you got it right here. Sean, this is your pick right there.
No, it's definitely not. Man, I hate to do it. Damn it. Let me see
I mean,
here.
that's a big one too.
I know.
We gotta
It's
put him on the
iconic. I'm
clock.
trying to see if I want to go iconic. Yeah, give me Mr. Met. It's just iconic. Oh, so disappointed.
It is.
Very original.
Very
Very original.
sexist of
Baseball.
You didn't even go with Mrs. Met.
Yeah.
Dick.
There's a theme to my team. It's just, human body, round head. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then I got a tree.
Is cornhole big up in New York?
Kind of.
Yeah,
it's pretty big
fairly
there.
big.
Okay, all right.
Not
So you're
so
still
much in the
playing to your
city.
audience.
But
Oh,
the spread out around in
Yeah.
the rural
They're
area.
not playing it. They're not
I think
playing
so
cornhole in
people
Times
can
Square.
be
No.
more Mets fans than Yankees fans.
All right.
Final.
Last pick. This is a personal favorite of mine. And also, I'm playing to the audience a little bit. I know cornhole's very big in my local area, so I got to go with Fredbird. Why not? The St. Louis Cardinals, one of the, if not the best National League team in baseball.
I'm not
It's a
trying to be a
top
dick.
three
I could not even tell you what that looked.
franchise. Well,
Oh,
I
I
bet
know
a lot of your
Redbird.
listeners do,
Like a
and they're
panda
gonna
looking
love.
thing.
They're gonna love Fredbird. He's very iconic. He mimics the team logo. Big deal in the Midwest. You know, the Cardinals fandom goes down to Arkansas, to
Is
Iowa,
it supposed to be a cardinal?
Illinois.
No, it's a
Yeah, he's a
penguin.
Cardinal. That's
Penguin.
Fredbird.
I don't think that's I don't think that's cardinal.
He does the whole little like hip thrust thing
All
where it
right, it's
looks
like
like
a
his
hood
body
cardinal.
comes out.
All right, it's
Yeah,
from
so
like the east
Fredbird.
side of Cleveland Cardinal.
So we have do you know the Guardians mascot or Indians if we're staying politically
I
correct?
do. Yeah,
Slider.
I do.
So that was the one that I
Yeah.
left off. I went with blue instead of him.
I didn't
But
want to go. I didn't want to go with Slider and have
that's
Brutus.
that's
Like
true.
I
Yeah.
couldn't do it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sad that I left Slider off the list, but
What about Chief? What was his name? Chief Wahoo or
I okay,
Woohoo?
so I didn't know
he
if
was
we could
never
use it.
actually he was never actually a mascot. He was
It
just the
was a
logo.
logo. That's why I asked because that would been my number one pick. I mean, our podcast logo is based off
It's
of that.
literally, yeah, but
It's
I don't
Chief
consider
Wahoo
that.
biting on a cornhole bag. That's my favorite. But
I mean, some other honorable mentions, like
Yeah,
we
honorable
brought
mentions.
up Yuppie because nobody really knows what he is, but
yeah,
he's from the Canadiens. He's fairly prominent out there.
yeah, I think the Raptors
Yeah, the
have a good.
Raptor himself.
This one may not have been on many lists, but to me, a very unique mascot is Big Al
Oh
from
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
Alabama Crimson Tide. Like you just kind of know
Yeah.
he's kind of got that,
True.
that elephant
What's
nose
Hawaii?
coming
Don't
in.
they have like a giant rainbow mascot or something like that? Isn't that what that
That's an
is?
interesting one. I'm not sure.
I think they
Not
do
sure on
have a
that one.
rainbow mascot, but they also have like leaned into the like Maori like
I couldn't
look
remember
too.
what it was.
The Florida State mascot's very
Yeah, the
interesting.
Seminole.
Yeah. Yeah, but they suck. So
Seminole.
it's like it's
I
not
mean, he
scary
rides on a
anymore.
horse. Like
Yeah, it was
that's
not scary
pretty.
anymore. Yeah, but so a sniper could just take him out. You know what I mean? It's like that's why they lost the first time. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
we found ways
yeah,
around. You know what I mean?
that's
From here.
exactly right.
All right. Well, that wraps that up.
That sure
Now that
does.
we'll get
Sure
canceled by
does.
that tribe. Uh,
Sponsor us.
dude, thank you very much for joining us, man. This has been fun.
Oh, this is great. I'd love to anytime. Love talking with the ball. Love
We
talking
might
to
need
you
a recap.
guys.
Like, are you going to nationals this year?
Yeah, I am July 20th or something, and
Okay.
then it's in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and then I have to immediately fly to Vancouver,
Hold on.
Canada for work. So it's
Oh,
gonna
do
be a
you know?
long.
Do you know the dates of
Hold the
this? I want
phone.
to pull this up because we're home. We're going.
I think July 20th or July 19th, whatever
Oh,
that
I'm
weekend is.
actually
is it both day or is it just the Saturday?
Oh, it's the 19th and 20th,
Okay.
Saturday and Sunday.
The 19th we're busy. The 20th, I think
Are
my
you guys close to Pittsburgh?
we're 2 hours
two
away.
hours.
Yeah.
Oh, well, hell
Yeah,
yeah,
man.
come on down.
Yeah, I know. That's
Yeah,
what
I
Saturday.
actually have the entire week off that following week for a lake week, so I can just leave from Pittsburgh and go straight into
yeah,
the
and I
lake
think
house.
my wife and kids are already going to be in Pittsburgh anyway, so I'll just go down. I'll look like I'm going to meet today. Maybe I'll pick my son up. We can get some
Oh,
fun.
hell yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
that sounds
The
like
ninth, the 19th is like round robin, and then the
Okay.
double elimination starts that night, and then Sunday is like rapid fire, just
All right.
big
All
game,
right.
big game, big game,
The
big game. So
19th,
yeah, we'd love to have you.
tentatively, we have that the next MGA event.
gotcha.
We don't
Okay,
have to attend, so if we decide we want to do this,
I'm down for the MGA.
Yeah,
Let's
change it
go
up.
see the.
We can always just play our
NWLA
own round of golf
tournament.
in Pittsburgh and then go to this,
We could do that
and
too.
then we're killing two birds with one stone,
Heyo.
meeting two fixes. How about that?
And then
So,
just don't
I,
talk about the golf to your wives. You're working. So
oh well, they don't care.
Exactly.
They
Yeah.
know.
That.
They know.
Yeah.
They know. We're gonna start recording it, and then they can. Then I'll have an excuse every day.
So
So
I can't hear you.
secrets out.
yeah, correct, correct. All right, so we'll have you hang on for just a minute. We'll let the folks go at home.
Yeah.
Again, thank you very much for joining us. Go check out what was the website again?
In NWLA tournament is the name of nationals, and then Skibby Wiffle Ball League.
Oh yeah,
Google us. Come check us
for
out.
sure. So I'll post the link in like the YouTube video and
Yeah.
stuff.
And
Yeah,
like
yeah. I'll send that to you.
NWLA has their own podcast and stuff. So
For sure.
if you're
Oh
looking
yeah.
for some more wiffle ball action, give it
Check
a
it out.
listen.
All right, folks. Well, hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll be back next week with more audio gold. Until then, we hope you throw it straight. And it's nothing but four baggers from here on out.
Cornhole it.
Later.